Yo, when I grew up, I never watched any real life shows or movies or anything like that, like Friends or The Office. None of that. I didn't grow up watching that. I grew up watching anime. The first real life show that I watched in my life that wasn't animated was when I was 17 years old. So from 0 all the way till 17, and from 17 to now, 95% of the shows that I've seen in my life have been anime. So I thought, you know what better idea than to rank every single anime that I've seen. If you don't watch anime, don't worry, stick around, you're going to enjoy this video, just watch. So this is how the rankings are gonna go. S tier is, this is the greatest piece of fiction ever created in human history, and F tier is, this is the biggest piece of dog shit to exist. Okay? Let's be.
Why does the audio sound duplicate? Wait, what? Wait a minute, what? Hold on. Okay, it should be fine now.
Begin. I am going to piss off.
Is it fine now?
A lot of people in this video, but to be frank, I don't really give a shit, to be honest. It's my opinion. If you disagree with me, then tell me why, I guess. First, we have Naruto. I'm gonna upset a lot of people with this one. Whether or not you watch anime, everyone has seen this face. This was one of the first shows I ever watched in my life. It was Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. The only reason why so many people like Naruto, I swear, is because of nostalgia. There's no other reason. The show is kind of mid.
Why is that chin line up? I don't know.
You're dead. And soon enough, you're gonna find out why.
But so many people.
Oh God. God, the comedy in Naruto is just so painfully average. It's just. I found a few things from Naruto funny. Like, remember the time where that it was like old dude that looks like a girl, and Naruto was like, he looks better than Sakura. That one got me laughing. Laughing.
Well, hold it.
Laughing. It's laughing. Get your English up. Shit.
With their whole body and soul that this is one of the greatest pieces of fiction ever created. In short, it's about this kid. His name is Naruto. He's the main character. He was an outcast, and he had a dream to become the strongest ninja. And I swear that's about it. It had its moment.
I originally thought Naruto was a game series. Speaking of that, I may not like the anime, but I like a couple of the games. What is wrong with my English? Anyways, I like a couple of the games. The one from PS2 and the Ninja Storm one. Jesus fucking Christ! I need to drink more water. Holy shit!
But I'm gonna give Naruto B tier.
B tier. I mean, like, with me, I put it at D tier. I don't really like the anime like that, but I can kind of understand.
Next, we have Attack on Titan. This is Attack on Titan. It's become so unbelievably mainstream, everyone has seen it. My dad has seen it. My mom has seen it. My girl and her parents have seen it. Everyone has seen Attack on Titan. And it's great, don't get me wrong. It's a very good show. But the ending of the show copied so much of another show that's going to be on this list that is one of my favorites of all time. Attack on Titan is great, one of the best shows ever created, but kind of annoying how it basically stole another show's flow, bar for bar, took credit, got bigger. It's a cruel world that we live in. It is a great show though. Like, there's this one scene in the show. I'm actually just gonna plug the episode. I'm not gonna say anything about it in case any of you want to watch it.
Yes,
Season 2, episode 6. One of the best episodes of all time. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put Attack on Titan in A tier. Next, we have Berserk. This show is not for the weak. Telling you right now. I have referred back to this show a lot throughout my YouTube career. It is one of my favorites, without a doubt. This show messed me up for days. And it's not very easy for anything to like mess me up. This show messed me up. First time I saw it, it was in 2021 summer, and I expected nothing. I was just giving it a try because my brother recommended it to me, and I'm like, okay, this is just a normal show. Nothing's really happening that's like mind-boggling. But by near the end of the animated version of this show, bro, I don't think anybody understands besides the ones who've seen it. I'm actually gonna show you guys a video just to put it into perspective. This is a grown-ass man, by the way.
Let me show you.
This is him reading the first volume, the first chapter of the series. He reads it and he's like, oh man, this shit was awesome.
Is Berserk really that fucked? Damn.
Berserk, Volume 1, Chapter 1. Just finished reading it, and I have to say, holy hell. This shit was awesome.
And then you fast forward to later on in the series and look at his genuine reaction. Title of this video, I'm getting goosebumps. Berserk Volume 13 review, I'm broken. Brother, that is no exaggeration. I don't care who you are, I don't care what you've been through. I don't care how strong you think you are. This will destroy you. It's not for the weak. I'm actually gonna put Berserk in S tier, but that also includes the parts that are not animated, so S tier it is. Next, Steins Gate. I didn't even explain what Berserk is about. If you're
Steins Gate. Oh my god. Fuck Griffith though. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get around Berserk. I'm good. dude, I already have fucked up mental already. I don't want it added up to that. Not as fucked up as before, but you know. But anyways, Steins Gate. Yeah, I can't do Steins Gate. I literally can't do Steins Gate. I tried it twice. Can't do it. That shit was too fucking
curious enough, check it out. Otherwise, don't go near it. But anyways, Steins Gate. This is about a mad scientist, aka this dude right here, who is basically trying to figure out time travel. And he's trying to like defy the laws of fate in life. And in the process of him figuring out time travel, the government gets alarmed of his actions and they come after him. Feel like that's kind of a reflection of real life to an extent. Could be tripping, could not be tripping, I don't know. Not my business. I think this was a good show, but I don't think it's one of the greatest pieces of fiction ever created. I'm gonna put this right next to Naruto in B tier. Next, Bleach. Bleach is fire. However,
Bleach is fire so far.
I'm going to introduce to you guys a concept that unfortunately circulates a lot through anime. It's called canon and filler. Canon are episodes where whatever happens in the story are a part of the story. Filler episodes are kind of like yapping, but yapping for no reason.
They're trying to make that microwave time machine, huh? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right now I'm making an anime video. Filler episodes is the equivalent of me going on and talking about my Minecraft series that I'm doing, even though it has no relevancy to the video. That's what filler episodes are. This show, let me Google how many filler episodes the show has. Holy shit. Bleach has 161 filler episodes out of its 366 total episodes. That means 44% of—
Yeah, that was a whole tier down, bro. It's a whole tier down just because of the amount of fillers it has. Like, I want y'all to look. I want y'all to look at this. This is how much filler it has. Hold on, I don't know if y'all can see it. This is how much filler it has. Way too many fillers. That's a whole tier down just because of the fillers, man. God damn.
This entire damn show is just bullshit. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give Bleach— damn, this is rough. I'm gonna give Bleach a B tier. Next.
That's fair.
Cyberpunk. This shit was ass. This is what—
I think this shit was ass. Hey, I ain't mad at that. It was the early 2000s. Give 'em break. The manga was still going. Yeah, but One Piece has way, like, 3 times the episode of Bleach, and it has less filler. That's no excuse.
one of the worst shows I swear I've seen in my life. Everything about what this show was is generic. Some dickhead kid who's going through a rough childhood, getting bullied in school, gains a superpower, gets himself involved in a gang. There's a pretty girl there who rejects everyone, but for some reason has an interest in him. He makes it his ambition to go to space with her. Absolute dog shit. I'm gonna put this one in— do I even have an F tier? I'm gonna put it in F tier.
I ain't mad at that, bro. That anime is not all that. People been gassing this shit up. People been gassing that shit up, thinking it's like the best fucking fiction, like, since sliced bread. Like, I just put it at mid. Because of the animation. The animation is god tier, but I don't know, man. It is pretty generic. I'm not mad at that.
Next, Death Note. Boys and girls. One of the greatest pieces of fiction ever created in human history. I have rewatched this show probably maybe 6 to 8 times in my life. First time I saw it was grade 9, 2015, winter break. This was like before everyone was really dialed in on social media, so I had 2 weeks basically to myself and my family, and I had this little computer. I think I have it somewhere. I don't know where it is. I had this little computer, and I had nothing to do, and I had wanted to watch Death Note again, because I watched it in grade... Oh my god, my brain. I just realized.
Don't
The first time I watched Death
Cyberpunk.
Note, I was in grade 6.
What? What? Dog. Come on. Be for real, man. You know he's right. Be fucking for real, man.
But I stopped at a certain episode when a certain character dies. I'm not gonna say who. So then in grade 9, 2015, 10 years ago, holy shit, grade 9 was 10 years ago. Maybe I am turning into an uncle. Jesus. Anyways, grade 9, I rewatched it and it was so unbelievably good. And since then, I probably rewatched it maybe 6 to 8 times in my life. The premise of this show is this dickhead, his name is Light. Light acquires this book. This book is called The Death Note. You write down somebody's name in the Death Note with their face in mind, and they have a heart attack in 40 seconds. This dickhead has a god complex.
You think I'm fucking evil? Put all that fucking yapping, nigga. I am God, and you can suck my divine dick 6 feet under.
He thinks that he could become God as a result of him having this notebook. And in the process, a lot of shit happens. The music in the show is a big reason why this is one of my favorite shows of all time. Anyways, S tier, next. Next, we have Dragon Ball Z. Now this was the first anime I had ever seen in my life. When I had spawned onto this planet back in 2001, Dragon Ball Z was the show that I just would watch. So my 2 oldest brothers...
Death Note fell off after L died. Shit was boring afterwards. That reminds me of a certain anime that I've watched, Gurren Lagann. I think ever since that dude died in the pilot, the anime just gotten a lot boring and I just stopped watching. Yeah, that's why Gurren Lagann is like F tier.
Used to put this on the TV in New York, and me being the youngest sibling of 3 older brothers, I want to just fit in. So I would just sit there and just watch with them. And like in the process, I'm like, dude, this shit is so badass. I love this. I don't even know what the premise is. Basically, this is Goku. He's an alien. He came from a different universe to Earth to basically destroy Earth. His race is a warrior race that basically conquers the universe. So they just destroy everything that they see. But he's an outcast because he hit his head as a baby, I think. And because of that, he just wasn't as violent as the rest of his race. So he ended up being the hero of Earth, and he develops a gang. This brother right here, and this brother right here, and this brother right here are the creators of aura farming. Just look at them. Look at his fit. Look at his fit. Bro, these people. I'll tell you why I love this
They basically created everything. I'm kidding.
show so much. This show made me believe...
Gurren Lagann is overrated, in my opinion. Was a snooze. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Snake. Thank you. That shit was ass. That shit was fucking butt. People have been gassing that shit up, talking about it's like the best piece of fiction ever. It's like, no, it is not. Y'all think every anime is a peak, bro. Y'all think every anime is peak. Y'all gotta be real with yourself, man.
That things that weren't physically possible were possible. So there is something called a Kamehameha, which is where they put their body's energy into their hands, and then they like charge it up, and then they shoot it. Sammy, you could do a cool effect with that. From how they explained it in the show, when I was a kid, I genuinely believed it was possible to do this. So I went day after day after day. Bro, I remember I would wake up early in the morning at like 5, 6 in the morning. I would go out to my backyard. I would sit there and meditate. And
Hey, y'all can say whatever y'all want about the story of Dragon Ball, this other shit. The impact that this anime has, like, bro, the cultural impact that this anime has is next fucking level. Like I am telling you, if it wasn't for Dragon Ball, y'all would not be watching anime. I'm not gonna cap.
be like, okay, I've channeled my energy, and then I would try to do it. Obviously nothing would happen, but like the fact that this show made me think that it was possible to do that made me think that a lot of other things that were impossible were actually possible. So it actually brought in my imagination very deeply. And it's not just Dragon Ball Z, it's all the shows that I'm talking about to an extent. The ones that are in S tier had the biggest effect. Well, I don't want to say Death Note had the biggest effect, but it did have an effect on me. Dragon Ball Z had one of the biggest effects on me in childhood, but I don't think I could give it S tier. But it's an A+ tier. It's like as A+ as it gets.
It's fine.
The music in the show also is 100 out of 10. Oh my god. But not the new version of Dragon Ball Z or whatever the fuck this trash is. Look at this. I'm gonna show you the difference between the characters back in my day versus the characters now. This is Trunks, one of the OG aura farmers in Dragon Ball Z. This is what he looked like back in like 1998 or like early 2000s. Gangster. And now look at what he looks like now. Look at this puppy. What did they do to him? The new Dragon Ball Z is dog shit. The old one was beautiful. 10 out of 10. So simply due to Dragon Ball Super, it's gonna have to get A+ tier. They ruined it.
Yeah, but that's Dragon Ball Super. That's a totally different continuity of Dragon Ball. So you can't you can't just put Dragon Ball Z in A tier just because of Dragon Ball Super. It's a whole different continuity. What are you doing?
For everybody. Next, we have Full Metal Alchemist.
I gotta watch
It's
that.
a very cool show. I do like how they talked about alchemy and the way how like that whole realm of stuff works. But I didn't really enjoy it. I enjoyed it, but I didn't sit there being like, wow, this just changed my life. I sat there and was like, oh, that was cool. I'm gonna put this in B tier, maybe even C tier, but there's other animes on this list that need to go in C tier, and this show is not in the same realm of that. B tier it is. Next, Hunter x Hunter. Oh my god. I rewatched this
No. Let me tell you, this anime is mid. They only got 2 good arcs, the Phantom Troop arc and the Hunter exam arc. Every other arc is either boring or it just pans out to its highest degree. Beautiful anime. Full Metal Alchemist is top 5. What? Yeah, I gotta watch Full Metal Alchemist. I know about Shao Tucker because of the internet, bro. Because of the internet.
show last month and it fucked me up badly. And once again, it takes a lot for something to mess me up. But as I get older and as I rewatch these shows, I rewatched Hunter x Hunter 3 times. This year was the 3rd time. First one was 2021, second one was 2022, third one was 2025, last month. The reason why I rewatch shows is because as I get older and as my brain matures and as my life develops, my priorities change, the way how I see the world changes, and my imagination, I guess, broadens. Rewatching shows helps me realize things that I didn't realize the first time around. And that's also why I really like anime for that reason. I don't feel like I can do that to the same extent with real life shows because there's a limitation on real life shows. Real life shows, you're depending on the actors to do a good job, to play the role. But in anime, you're using drawings.
The fucking weekend. Shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. Damn.
And voice actors. It's kind of hard to fuck that up if you have a good story. So the story is what's basically carrying the enjoyment of said anime. This show, number 1, let me just explain what it's about real quick. It's about this dickhead, his name is Gon, his dad is a hunter. Hunters are basically people who are like elite adventurers. So they pass a very difficult test that people die doing.
So Gon's dad, Geen, I think that's what his name is, right? Geen Freeze or some shit. Yeah, basically just left his son, and his son Gon went to all this trouble just to meet with his father. And yeah, the nigga's a deadbeat, but people keep on saying Goku's a bad dad. On top of that, there was no final fight with Hisoka and Gon and Killua. So all that Een and Nen and all this other stuff is just a waste of fucking time. That's why I put it in C tier. There was no proper ending. It's just him chilling with his dad. What was going on with Hisoka? Why is Hisoka alive? What's going on with Hisoka? He's just there and just dip. But what's up with all the training, the Gyo, the Nin, the N, the Nen, the cheat code, the cheat code, the left right B A start. What's going on with that? That's why I had to put it at C tier, man. What the fuck? Peek my ass.
And when they get that, they basically have like a visa and access to everywhere on Earth so they can, I guess, hunt and do what they want. This dickhead, his dad was a hunter, but his dad is a deadbeat. Also, something to note, throughout anime, a lot of the dads throughout a lot of the most popular animes are all deadbeats. They birth a child and then they dip. His dad was...
No, not Goku. Although he did leave Earth to protect Earth. Twice.
peak of that. But anyways, he set out to go find his dad, and in the process, a lot of shit happens. The reason why this show messed me up, I feel like indirectly, it talks a lot about ego. Or rather than talking, it actually shows a lot about what the ego is capable of. The ego can go in multiple different directions. This show really...
I would say I do like the power system. I do like the power system in Hunter x Hunter.
Attacks every direction that it can go in. And seeing that, realizing that, seeing the result of letting loose in situations where you need to be composed, this show, man, I wish I could do it justice. All the shows that I'm giving S tier, I wish I could give it justice. I very much recommend this show. Hunter x Hunter, S tier, done. Next,
Above Dragon Ball! Okay, you know, you got it.
Jujutsu Kaisen. It was great. I don't even know how to explain the premise of the show. It's a great show. Not my favorite, but it's as 7.5 out of 10 to 8 out of 10 as it gets. I'm gonna give it A tier.
Yeah, it's just pure like flashy fighting and shit like that. I mean, I like the animation. I'm not gonna lie, I like the animation. Mappa did their thing, even though they were tortured to do that. But yeah, it's just pure flash and no substance. JJK is like hollow version of hollow version of. Oh, you meant to say horror. It's like a horror version of Bleach. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I can see what JJK got it from by watching Bleach. But yeah, it's just there was barely any substance into the story. It's just, oh yeah, they got into this situation, now they gotta fight it out with like no correlation to like any point of the plot whatsoever. Like I said, it's just all flash and no substance. But people like the dog on Dragon Ball for no fucking reason.
Next, Monster. Nope, not Monster Energy. Anime. Monster. There are no superpowers in the show. There's no like, hidden magic that exists or someone who gets a book from the sky who could write down someone's name and give them a heart attack. This show has none of that. It's just psychopathy. Psychopathy?
Psychopathy.
Psychopathy, right. Okay, I didn't mess that up. I'll explain the premise of this one. This guy is a doctor. He has a choice between saving an important mayor of the city that he's a part of or a child. The mayor is very old. The mayor is like on his last maybe 30 years of life. The child's life just began. The child got shot in the head, and the other guy, who I don't even know what he was about, but he had a choice between saving the two of them. His boss and his fiance's dad said, go take care of the mayor. He has money for us. But then him, the doctor, was like, no, I'm not about money. You can't buy me. I want to save a child instead of this guy who's corrupt and messed up. So he ends up saving the child. And as a result of saving the child, his life got ruined. But the child ended up being one of the biggest villains in all of anime history. I'm gonna Google this to fact check this. Who is the worst villain in anime? Okay, so we have Berserk, Dragon Ball Z, and then Monster. This guy has powers. This guy has powers. This guy's just human, okay? He is one of the worst villains in all of anime history. And that's what makes this show so good. It's a very psychological show. It's not very easy to watch, but it's a good watch. I'm gonna give it A tier. Next, Parasite. Oh, I really like this show. I love this show so much.
Yeah, not for me.
So basically the premise is this kid is in a town where parasites came from space and take over humans. And when it takes over humans, the human's soul dies, but the parasite becomes the human and takes over their shoes. So in his case, the parasite went into his arm, and the parasite normally goes through the arm and then gets to the brain. He managed to cut off circulation, so the parasite was stuck in the arm. So rather than him becoming a parasite, only his right arm became a parasite. And his objective becomes to basically kill all the parasites so they could stop killing humans, because they use humans to survive.
Can you imagine you use the right arm of your parasite to do something, not so family friendly to the privates? I bet somebody that watches that show has that same thought. I bet somebody that watches that show has that same thought. I wonder if my parasite can, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, somebody has that thought. Somebody has that thought, man.
And it's a great show. It's like 24 episodes. It's pretty short. I'm going to give this A tier. Then we have Maggie. I don't even know what I can even rank this show. It's torn between S tier and A tier off the rip. Ooh. This is one of like the first shows.
It's kind of boring. I mean, I like the story. I like the story, and I mean, you would have tried it out. Actually, I wouldn't, because she would probably just cut it off. Yeah, Magi, it's pretty boring. The story is pretty cool. Fight scenes, all right. the pacing is just fucking slow. It's just boring.
I ever watched without my family, because like for the first maybe 15 years of my life, no, not 15, maybe like 13, I would watch shows with my older siblings, but this was the first one that I got like clickbaited into. So I was on Crunchyroll and then I saw the thumbnail, so I think it was like this. I saw the bright colors as a little kid and I'm like, you know what, let's click on this one looks fire. It was indeed fire. I've rewatched this show maybe 5 times. It touches onto subjects that I very much appreciate and like. I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned out of this show, even though it's about magic. The show is called Maggie, but it's about magic, but like there's stuff you can gain out of this. All these animes I'm recommending, by the way, there's something to gain out of all of this. There's like lessons you could draw from them that make them so enjoyable. Maggie is great, but A tier it is. Then we have ReZero. I think this show was kind of really ass. I even dropped it.
Oh, Gilbert would not like that. Gilbert would not like that shit. He loves that show, bro. He loves that show.
It just feels like one of those shows where like there's one main dude and there's just a bunch of girls around him who are all like emotionally invested.
Wait, what the fuck is that image?
Those shows where like there's one.
What is this image?
Main dude and there's just a bunch of girls around him who are all like
Wait, you put him on ReZero?
invested in him, and then there's a common enemy. It just feels too it feels too fantasy, and I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I felt like this was just for a certain group of anime watchers that I tend to stay away from.
Brother, what's that?
You know, the never mind. If you know, you know. I didn't like it. Let's move on. I'm gonna put it at C tier. Tokyo Ghoul. Similar
Oh, Tokyo Ghoul.
to Parasite, these ghouls exist in the world and they survive off of drinking blood. Pause. So not much to say. The first season was good, second season was trash. I do know that it is a really good show based on what I've heard about it. I'm gonna have to give it a simple little B tier. Vinland Saga. Oh guys, oh my god. One of the greatest pieces of fiction ever created. I have to put that out there right now. I rewatched this show last month, actually like maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't know why I'm saying last month. Look, I want to quickly point out, I'm a busy man. I'm working all the time. Like 95% of my time awake on this planet, I'm working. But with the other 5%, I'm just...
Tokyo Ghoul created anime Twilight fans, cringe edge lords. Really?
You know, enjoying life. Maybe not 95, maybe like 90%. So I still have time to watch anime and, you know, enjoy it and gain lessons out of it that are very applicable to my life. Just need to clarify that real quick, because I do rewatch shows a lot, but this show is unbelievably good. This kid, well, he's an adult here, but this kid, his name is Thorfinn. His dad was a G. His dad was one of the strongest people on Earth, but he wasn't violent. He was one of those people who was capable of violence, but...
Wait, is Vinland Saga created by MAPPA or which studios? I forgot.
Controlled, empathetic,
I think it was
strong,
made by MAPPA.
emotionally intelligent, just a G. In a world full of Vikings, and Vikings are devious creatures in the show. They murder, they steal, they kill, they take over villages, take their women. The Vikings were devious because that's where they found a lot of enjoyment. Where like, I'll conquer your village, I'll take over you, and that's the end of that. That's basically how they would live their lives. The dad was someone who came out of that, who ended up being a confounding variable in the world of that, who was also
moved
very
to
strong.
MAPPA, then
All these
was shut down.
characteristics. But this
Wait, which studio shut down? I didn't know. Oh, fuck. Wait, why did which studio shut down? What? Damn, they're not making that much money. Hold on. Did Wit Studio shit? Studio shut down. Wit Studio has not shut down. Yeah, Wit Studio, I think they went bankrupt. The studio is actively producing major anime projects, including the upcoming One Piece remake and Spy X Family Season 3. Yeah, no, they just said they're not shut down. What are you talking about?
This dickhead over here killed his dad, and his dad was protecting him. His dad died to protect him. So rather than his son taking his dad's life advice and lessons about how to live, he went the opposite direction and he became a murderous Viking so he could take revenge and take the life of the person who took the life of his father. It's a phenomenal show. This main character has more character development than probably all the shows on this list. Vinland Saga is an S tier. Let's move on. Yu Yu Hakusho. I wish I watched this show as a kid, but I barely did. My brothers did, but I didn't.
I gotta watch Yu Yu Hakusho.
born too late because they were watching it when they were all like a lot younger. I was too young. Like I was like, by the time I spawned onto this planet, they were already so far into the show, and I never ended up watching it with them. But I ended up watching it in 2020 by myself. It was great. I'm gonna give you guys a quick story. From like 2014 all the way until 2021, I didn't cry. I had experienced deaths in the family. I had experienced the most unfortunate situations. More lore, not seeking sympathy. I'm just putting this fact out there. Both my parents had a brain stroke in the span of 1 year. My mom lost all her memory. I had experienced some bullshit on my upbringing, on the come up period of my
damn.
life. And during that whole entire few years of my life,
One of the kind. Watched it 20 times now. Yu Yu Hakusho? Damn. Is it that good?
I didn't cry once. I was just like stone cold. This show, there's a
Wait, how many episodes does it have? I gotta check. I got like no people watching my stream, so I should be fine. Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh, I think I spelled it wrong. Hakusho. That one is 112. Hey, wait, is this the original one? Hold on, let me just scroll down real quick. Wait, is this the original one? Yu Yu Hakusho Ghost Files? It has 112 episodes, so this should be a bingeable watch. Yeah, after I'm done with Bleach, I'm gonna be watching this most definitely, and Full Metal Alchemist. Nice. Now, how many fillers are in Yu Yu Hakusho? Fuck Hakusho. Fuck. Zero traditional filler episodes. Let's go. That's what I like to hear. No fillers in this bitch.
the part in it that made me cry, and that says a lot because I don't cry, but something in this show made me cry, and it actually has to do with Ash, my cat. Damn, this is quite personal. But anyways, I'll show you the video that made me cry, or the clip that made me cry. Oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps. Oh my god.
Hold on, I don't want to get spoiled now.
Explain. I'm just gonna look. Go watch it. I'm gonna leave a comment on this. This destroyed me back in 2021. Boom. Go watch it if you
Hechi inspired Sasuke? I thought he was inspired. You know what? That could be fact.
want. I'm not even gonna yap about this. This show is responsible for making me cry for the first time in many years. But still, I'm gonna have to give it A tier or even B tier. I liked it, but I didn't super enjoy it. It had its moments, but not for me. All that yap just to give it a B tier. Next, you guys were waiting for this one, so was I. One Piece. Guys, take everything that
Jade. Jade.
I just spoke about over the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long this video is. Duplicate it. Multiply it by itself. Take a baseball bat, smash it a few times, and then multiply the result of the impact by the square root of the sun. That is how good One Piece is. One
Really?
Piece, without a doubt, by far, obliterates each and every single anime on this list nearly combined. And I am not making an exaggeration. It is the best piece of fiction ever created in human history as of today in 2025. I really don't think there will be an anime that will ever surpass One Piece. This show is so good, it surpassed Harry fucking Potter. Harry Potter. Guys, when I went to Japan, I was in Mount Fuji in the middle of actually nowhere. And there was a One Piece flag in a random old man's convenience store. And when I walked into that old man's convenience store, he was reading his book, wearing a straw hat. This guy's straw hat. One Piece is not what you think it is. Promise to God, it's not what you think it is. One Piece's effect is so strong that people who are fighting against oppression in the world, going and doing, not podcasts, protests, sakes. In the protests, they have the flags of the flags that they're defending, and then they have just a One Piece flag there. And everybody understands. One Piece deserves its own video. It deserves its own tier. It is S tier, obviously. Best thing on this list, but let's just move on. One day I'm gonna make a video directed just towards One Piece, basically explaining how good it actually is in every way, shape, or form. Next, Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail tried to be like One Piece, but it failed miserably. C tier. Sword Art Online. It's a very cool show. It's like VR, except in the when you put the VR on, you actually transport your human body into this digital world, and you're basically just trying to get to the top of the dungeon. Very cool, but it turned into a romance anime, and I like romance animes. I've seen a few, but it was just so like, what the fuck am I watching? What happened to the show? Everybody feels that way, by the way, besides that group of anime watchers that I explained earlier that we try to stay away from, besides them. But everyone else that's not, you know, missing a screw in their head feels the same way. C tier. Classroom of the Elite. The anime was okay, but the light novels were 9.9 out of 10. It's a book, okay? The light novels, they're not like manga. It's like actual like book stuff. Like I'll pull it up on my phone just so you can see. Like quite literally, it's like a book. It's not like a manga. The books were 10 out of 10. The anime was okay. I'm gonna give Classroom of the Elite an A tier, but I would give the light novels an S tier. Next.
But this is ranking every anime. Hot Takes Snooze Fest anime. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Code Geass. If One Piece didn't exist, Code Geass would be number one. Code Geass, to me, is a 9.89 out of 10. One Piece is a 9.9 out of 10. That's how close they are together, to me. They're very different shows in very different ways. They're nowhere near similar in any way, shape, or form besides the idea of fighting oppression. That's like the main similarity that they have. But other than that, they're very different. But I have rewatched Code Geass at least once a year, every single year since grade 6. Swear to God, that is no exaggeration. I'm gonna simply give Code Geass an S tier. This show is very important to me. So the takeaway from this entire video, if I could recommend you 3 animes on this list, One Piece is not gonna actually be on it. Let One Piece be the final thing that you watch, because it is 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, I'm never watching that shit.
Number 1, Code Geass. Number 2, Vinland Saga. And then number 3, Berserk. If you're looking for something to watch, go watch those shows. Watch Code Geass in English if you do decide to watch Code Geass. Everything else, watch in Japanese.
I'm not watching that shit in Jap. I'm good. So where would I rank his list? Where would I rank his list? Yeah, he seems like he likes anime. Although, I don't agree with the take of Dragon Ball Z being in B tier. Because of Dragon Ball Super. I'm telling you, Dragon Ball Super is a whole different continuity. It's a whole different continuity. Dragon Ball Super is a whole different continuity. You cannot rate it just based off a whole different continuity, bro. Come on. A whole different fucking continuity. Like, this is, like, how you rank this shit? Like, there should be, like, a different continuity. Like, there's Bleach, and there's Bleach a thousand year blood war. There's Naruto, and then there's Naruto Shippuden. There's Dragon Ball Z, then there's Dragon Ball Super, then there's Dragon Ball Daima, then there's Dragon Ball GT. You rated a D+. Yeah, I rated a D+. That shit was kind of ass. That was probably one of the worst tier lists I've ever seen. Yet. I'm pretty sure I've seen, like, worse, but god damn. It's not because of One Piece. Don't get it wrong. It's not because of One Piece. I mean, whatever y'all say about One Piece is whatever, but his reasoning, I mean, like, some of it makes sense. Watch another one? Sure, why not? His reasoning for putting Dragon Ball Z in A tier just doesn't make any sense to me. Because like I said, a whole different continuity. This one doesn't have God powers. This one has God powers. You gotta rate it based off different continuities. You cannot rate it just for one and the other. There's like different types of like stories going on with, you know, different types of anime. That's the reason why, you know, I don't really agree with that. But other than that, yeah. There's not a whole lot of animes in D and F tier. So, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, it's probably one of his worst ones. Because, like, yeah. I feel like I'm going to hate this nigga. Just looking at his face. Oh my god. Wait, I forgot he doesn't even watch One Punch Man. That's crazy. I feel like I'm gonna hate him. I feel like I'm gonna hate him. Let's go. Let's go.
I've been watching anime for close to 10 years now. The first show I ever watched was Naruto back in 2016. And over the past 8-9 years, I've watched a lot of anime. Some were fantastic and others were just complete slop. But today we're going to rate every single anime I have ever
You
watched.
see the glaze the life force out of One Piece. I can sense it. Thank you.
And place it on a tier list. So here we go. All right, here is quite literally every single anime or manga that I've ever watched or read. So let me explain what each tier is gonna mean. So S tier is reserved for like masterpieces or shows that are just super beloved in my opinion. A tier is the shows or manga that barely missed the mark. They just have one or two things wrong with it that I didn't really like. B tier is right in the middle, so it's just kind of like, unfortunately, Boruto stinks, so I am going to throw that right into D tier. I think I watched like 150 episodes of this show, and I can't tell you a single thing that happened besides Sasuke and Naruto fighting Momoshiki. That's the only thing I can remember. Next is Gintama. Now, I know this show is super beloved. I mean, I watched it and I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was like a masterpiece, so I'll give it like high B tier.
Oh,
Next,
no. Gintama was shit. They just throw every single Dragon Ball Z reference out in the fucking books. Any anime is not even funny. It's just random chaos and like there's no plot whatsoever. It's just random shit.
so One Piece is the third option. That is insane.
Oh boy. All right, here we go.
As you guys can probably tell, I got One Piece merch.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
Is that yeah, I'm putting it in the right spot. I think One Piece is an absolute masterpiece, the best piece of fiction of all time, and I don't think it's ridiculous. Oh, I got a duplicate here. There also might be duplicates, and some of these are season 1 and 2, but overall, I am going to be ranking the entire show, not by season. So next is Ranking of Kings. Okay, I remember this show being really good at the beginning. I remember I watched the first like 15 episodes in like maybe one sitting, but it lost some steam, unfortunately. I think I'll give Ranking of Kings like a low B tier. All right, Akame ga Kill. This show kind of stinks. Not much to say about it besides the characters just kind of get killed off after being shown for maybe an episode. I wouldn't say it's D tier.
Okay, I get it, but it's like show's kind of badass though. I ain't gonna lie. Show's kind of badass. It got great sound effects, got great fight scenes, great animation. You got some of the baddest fucking characters. You know, SDEF. I do agree with the characters killing off each other just like that, but yeah.
It didn't like piss me off, but it's like a C tier show. Akira. So I watched Akira about 2 months ago, and I don't think that movie is any good. I'm sorry, that movie sucks ass. I understand the significance. I know it's very culturally significant. It's just a D tier movie. I don't know. The first hour of that movie was just a whole nothing burger. I don't know what to tell you. Another. This is just some gore slop. I did not like the show. D tier anime, unfortunately. Awashi. Now, this is one of my favorite sports anime. It's popped up in probably like 10 of my shorts. So I think I'm gonna
Not a lick of Dragon Ball. Do y'all hate Dragon Ball that much?
give Aowashi the first A tier in this category here. Okay, so far this list isn't too bad. I just hope it doesn't get out of control and it just ends up being a absolute nothing burger of a video. Next is Blue Box. I might have some crazy recency bias with this show, but I really liked it. I don't think it was A tier just because of like some little things I just thought were kind of stupid. But as of right now, I'm gonna give it a little bit lower than Gintama, but still like a high B tier anime. All right, next is Black Clover.
Black Clover. All right. I unfortunately have to finish that anime. I can't be a bitch. Can't be a bitch, man. I cannot be a bitch. As soon as I'm done with Bleach, I'm gonna have to finish Black Clover, and then Yu Yu Hakusho, then Fullmetal Alchemist. Boy, oh boy, this anime stinks so far. Don't glaze it. Don't glaze it.
Okay. I really like Black Clover. I don't think there's too much wrong with it besides the beginning of it was really slow. But that's kind of how it is for most shonen nowadays. So I think I'll give Black Clover a A tier. I really enjoyed it.
Fuck.
Bleach. Bleach has some really high highs in some absolute slogs of a low. The fights were really fun to watch. I think I'm going to give it a high B tier because I still haven't watched 1000 Year Blood War. Oh, it's Blue.
Well, I mean, I do agree. I do agree.
Lock. I think Blue Lock is kind of overrated, unfortunately. I don't think it's C tier, but I would put it at the bottom of B tier. I've only seen season 1, so maybe it gets a lot better, but I haven't seen a lot of positive things on it online, unfortunately. Next is Erased. Okay, this show isn't like the best thing in the world. The ending was very easy to predict, in my opinion, if you have like more than 30 brain cells. So I'll give it like bottom of B tier for now. My Hero. Okay. Now, if you're a regular watcher of my shorts, you know I violate My Hero all the time. But being completely honest with you, I don't hate the show entirely. I think it's just kind of overrated. I got to season 5, I believe, and then I stopped watching it. So I'll give it, I don't think it's A tier. I'll say it's a little bit better than Ranking of Kings, so about mid B tier. Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man anime, nothing really happened too much. The actual story doesn't really become that great until the Gun Devil actually gets introduced. So as of right now, I think it's sitting at like B tier. Story-wise, I love Chainsaw Man. I think the manga is a masterpiece. The anime as of right now, it hasn't really done too much, unfortunately.
That's fair.
Charlotte is next. Okay, I think Charlotte is a great anime. I don't think it's a masterpiece, but I would say A tier. And
I mean, it's a pretty cool anime though. I mean, the guy went all crazy and shit, which is like, you know, a really cool part about that anime. You know, and the fact that he lets the girl get her ass absolutely whooped too. That was like, you know what? I like that. Don't save the girl that basically just kicked your ass. It's been a while since I watched Charlotte though. It's a pretty cool anime.
think if you haven't seen it, you're missing out. A lot of people
don't really agree. I don't really agree with being in a B tier.
hate on the show for some reason. I still
A tier actually.
don't know why. It's a great anime. Okay, next is Chunibyo. If you asked me to remember one scene from the show, I genuinely couldn't tell you. And there's probably a reason for that. So I think I'm just gonna give this high C tier. Next is Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I loved the show. When I finished it, I thought it was like an absolute masterpiece. But in retrospect, it's just a really good show. I think it is a little bit better than Charlotte, so probably A tier. Okay, I'm looking at this. I think Black Clover is a little bit better than Aowashi, but these are like both really good shows.
Man, like a Naruto copy in this bitch.
Okay, next is... Oh, that's a Dandadan. Okay, next is Dandadan. Okay, I can only go off the anime so far. Season 2 ended on a really big cliffhanger, but I know what happens because I've read the manga. But, I mean, it's a great story. As of right now, I don't think it's A tier yet. I'll say it's a little bit worse than...
Bro's gonna love Naruto. Yeah, he's probably will. It's fine.
Chainsaw Man. No, I'll say it's a little bit worse than Chainsaw Man, so middle of B tier again. So editing me here, I honestly have no idea what I was thinking. Dandadan is not a B tier anime. That is 100% A tier. I have no idea what I was thinking. Darling in the Franxx. Okay.
Oh, this anime sucks. Oh, that anime sucks. Darling in the Franxx. Yeah, that anime fucking sucks, man.
I think Darling in the Franxx is a underrated masterpiece. I want to give...
Shit. Of course.
Give it an S so bad. You know what? I'm giving it an S here. I think Darling in the Franxx is a genuine underrated anime that everyone hates on. This show is amazing. All right, next is Death.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, Darling in the Franxx is garbage. Darling in the fucking Franxx is garbage. Like, they just played around with this whole romance thing between Zero Two and Hero. They had like the little love triangle thing, which is absolutely fucking nauseating to watch, to sit through. And the fact that I think there was that one episode where the girl's armor like gets melted off, so the guys just see like full display pussy, and they have to play this whole thing with, you know, the guys and the girl just splitting each other apart, and the fight scene is nothing to go off of. I mean, the only cool thing about it is the animation, but it's like this whole love triangle thing, and they just they want you to care about Zero Two and Hero. It was just nauseating to watch through, man. It was bad. All right, now not too much on Darling in the Franxx, but Masterpiece is crazy. Masterpiece is fucking crazy. It's not a masterpiece. It's dog shit. But it's fine.
Death Note. I don't really have to say too much about Death Note. Death Note is just an S tier anime. I actually have no complaints. I just really like Death Note. I would say it is better than Darling in the Franxx, the second S tier domestic girlfriend. They gave one of the greatest anime openings to one of the worst anime of all time. That show stinks. Dr. Stone.
I did watch a domesticated girlfriend. It's fine. It's fine. I understand, but it's fine. Yeah.
I think the beginning, maybe first 13, 14 episodes of Dr. Stone are really good, super entertaining. I actually really like.
I'm probably never gonna watch Doctor Stone. That show does not seem interesting to me. I'm gonna put it at like the never watched tier and just not gonna put it. It's just not interesting to me. An anime about banging his sister? Hell no. Oh shit. Well, stepsister, but yeah, that's still weird.
And then again, it kind of loses its footing, and I don't know, I didn't really think it was the greatest, so I'll give it like bottom of B tier for now. Golden Time is a very underrated show. I have arguments with my friends all the time about Golden Time because they think Golden Time stinks. I love Golden Time. Very fond memories watching the show. I think I watched it in like 2020, but I think I'm gonna give Golden Time A tier. I might even say it's better than Charlotte. We'll put it on 4th in A tier currently. Next is Grand Blue, and I think Grand Blue is also just a fantastic anime. Definitely not S tier, but
Wait, does Grand Blue has English? I wanted to watch Grand Blue for a while. I wanted to watch that show Grand Blue for a while. Does it have an English dub? It fucking doesn't. It fucking doesn't. Shit. Whatever. Yeah, because I'm a dub watcher. The Golden Time I know is the Golden Full Metal Alchemist opening. I see.
But I would say A tier. I loved watching it. As soon as I finished the anime, I read the manga, which the manga is actually better than the anime in my opinion. So Haikyuu. Now I really liked Haikyuu. I can't remember why I stopped watching it. I think I don't even know what season I got to. I watched.
There's another anime that is not that interesting to watch. Sorry, not sorry. I don't really like sports anime that much. I think the one sports anime I watched, which was a fucking huge mistake, was Keijo. Seriously, the worst anime I've ever watched. One of the worst anime I've ever watched. That is just like fan service galore. If people think fan service is bad, watching Keijo is just amplifies that shit by 1,000. They use the ass and titties as combat. That right there just got me not wanting to watch any more sports anime ever. That anime is dog ass to its holy degree. Overrated sports anime, nothing special.
A lot of it. I would say it's a little bit like below mid B tier. We'll put it there. Next is High School DxD, the absolute classic on my channel. This might be an outlandish take, but
like, okay. Season 1 and 2 of High School DxD was pretty good, especially the ending. But the other 2 seasons nails it down to its, oh my god, it was bad. It was bad. It was fucking bad.
I think the story of High School DxD is actually good. If you removed all the fan service, I think the show could actually stand on its two.
The anime is literally fan service galore. What do you mean remove the fan service? The fan service is the anime. The fan service is the anime. Like, where do you think he got his powers from? Where the fuck do you think that he got his powers from? Are we dead ass? Get rid of the fan service. DxD is a decent plot. Yeah, like I said, season 1 and 2 is decent. It was decent, especially the ending. The ending was the best part about it. But season 3 and 4 is just like, yeah, it's just full on fan service. I'm telling you, fan service is what High School DxD is. Where do you think he got his powers from? Not by training. Well, he does train, but like,
I mean, I did watch it when I was probably 15 years old. So, I mean, I think overall I'll give it like high C tier. Next is Horimiya. Okay. I think I'm going to give Horimiya like a bottom of B tier. I don't know. I didn't think this show was that great. Grave of the Fireflies. Oof. Now, this movie is very sad. I just don't remember like really getting into it. I kind of watched it on the side. So, I mean, that's definitely why. I don't know. I don't really feel like I gave it like an actual watch. So, I don't think I'm going to grade this one. I don't remember anything about it. Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is a classic. I think I would be violating it if I didn't give it anything but an S. Hunter x Hunter is just a classic and a must watch for pretty much anyone. Hell.
There is actual people out there that likes Hisoka, a pedophile. I mean, sure. You do you, man. You do you. I don't think it's S tier though. It's mid.
Paradise. I just finished this one very recently, so I might have some recency bias, but I really like the whole series. I really like the world, I like all the characters. I'm gonna give this an A tier.
It's boring. I couldn't get into it. It was too boring.
Remember, I'm rating everything as a whole, not just individual seasons. Like, these are the entire show. Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't think it's a masterpiece that a lot of people think it is. I think it's just a really entertaining shonen. As of right now, I'll give it like lower A tier. I just don't think it's like the greatest thing in the world. Next is...
It's just complicated as fuck. It tries its best to be complicated with all this power systems and shit. Oh, the curse technique is the amplification of somebody's mind. Like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Itadori's curse. I would say, like, season 3 got a lot better with the fight scenes, because they have like actual choreography and not just flashiness. Just a bunch of not just a bunch of fast movement and shit like that. Like, it actually has choreography. Like, thank God.
Kaguya-sama. This show I really didn't like too much,
Isn't that
unfortunately.
Love is War?
I think I watched the first 2 seasons when they first came out, and I haven't watched anything since. I think it's just like a B tier anime. All right, next is Demon Slayer. I think Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen are pretty much 2 sides of the same coin. They are both this really entertaining shonen anime that have like fantastic animation. The story is nothing crazy. I think it's also just a
Story is dog shit. The story is dog shit. They basically just take something from Bleach and just fucked it up. They took something from Bleach and they fucked up. It's a overrated anime. It is overrated. It is not that good, bro. It's just only the animation, the flashy visuals. That's it.
Their A tier anime, we'll put it right next to Jujutsu Kaisen. I think Your Name's an S tier movie. I think everyone should watch Your Name. Even some of my friends that have never watched anime before or don't even like anime have seen Your Name and liked it. So I think this has to get an S tier. Parasite. This is another one of those shows where I think the start of the show was very strong, a really good premise, and it's slow.
This nigga has not watched Dragon Ball Z. The cultural impact that Dragon Ball has, and this nigga didn't watch it. God damn. That's crazy. That's
Just kind
crazy.
of got drawn out. I just think it lost its footing pretty quickly. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna give this like, I'll give it like a B tier. Next is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. This show was not for me. C tier anime. It was not great. Konosuba, one of my favorite comedy animes. I loved this show when I watched it. Then again, I did watch it like 5 years ago.
I gotta finish Konosuba. Konosuba. I think that shower scene fucked me up, but you know, the shower scene with the little girls and what's her face with the yellow hair and Aqua. Oh, Darkness. That one fucked me up, but yeah, I gotta finish that anime. It's funny as fuck.
So I was a lot younger, but I think it's just like a solid B tier anime. I think I will put it.
puts it at B tier.
I'll put it like right here. Next is Made in Abyss.
Wait, where did I put it at? I put it at A, right? Yeah, I put it at A.
So okay, I really like Mid Abyss. Great story, fun characters. I wouldn't say it's A tier. I think it's up higher on B tier. So I'll put it right here. I think it's a little bit worse than all of these shows. And probably better than all of these. Yeah, so that checks out. Yeah, B tier. Magi. This is a hidden gem. I really like Magi. I think it's just a really entertaining anime. And the music is amazing. Yubi Bianco is the ending, and that song is just a classic if you play Osu. I think I have to give this A tier. I have to give Magi A tier. Next is Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho is another classic, just a tier anime. I will put it, I don't want to put it behind Magi, but it won't let me like, oh, there we go. Okay, that works perfect. All right, yeah. Jobless Reincarnation.
Oh shit. Jobless Reincarnation. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god damn it. Oh god damn it. Oh god damn it. When I tell you this anime is gross, I'm telling you this anime is gross. The only good part about it is the animation. But they wasted that talent on Jobless Reincarnation. This anime is super gross. If he puts it at C tier and above, I swear to God.
Now again, if you're a avid viewer of my YouTube shorts, you know I hate Jobless Reincarnation just because I think the main character is an absolute freak and I can't get over the fact that he is a grown man in a child's body. I think it's just really weird. The story could be great. I don't really care. I'm pretty sure I watched all the way up to season 1 and I still really didn't think it was the greatest story. I'm sorry, I have to give it up like C tier.
There was that one scene in Jobless Reincarnation where there was a grown man, right? There was a grown man right behind a little girl. I'm not even kidding you. There was a grown man right behind a little girl. He puts his hand right here where the chest area is at, and he felt up all over that girl's. I'm not even kidding you. My man puts his grown ass man hands up that little girl's shirt and felt her. I'm not even kidding you. It's in that shit. It's in that shit. I'm not even kidding you, bro. That I don't know why people are giving that anime praise, but it got so many fucking seasons. It got so many seasons yet Black Lagoon got 2. Jobless Reincarnation got 4. I don't know why people are giving it fucking praise. Oh, the animation is good though. Y'all like that type of shit?
It's easier in my opinion. Naruto. My first anime I ever watched. Can't go wrong with Naruto. I think it's my second favorite, next to One Piece. So yeah, S tier. Next is Welcome to the NHK. Now this show is very niche, I'd say. This is kind of one of those shows where you can't just go pick it up and enjoy it. It has to you have to be in the right mental space to actually enjoy it. If you watched it, you kind of know what I mean. But I think it was an A tier anime. When I watched it, I low-key needed it, so it was perfect for me. But it's just a great show. Next is Nisekoi. When I watched this anime, I absolutely loved it. I loved it so much that I read the manga, and I think I only read one manga at that time. But it's just a decent romance anime. I'll say low B tier. Let me move some things around here. Next is No Game No Life. Now this show is just a classic, and it really does upset me that shows I got reincarnated as a vending machine get a season 2 and a season 3, but No Game No Life doesn't get a season 2. I don't get that.
Yeah, I think there's a good fucking reason for that. The anime is dog shit. I vaguely remember watching No Game No Life. I don't know. I might be tripping on this shit. But the little girl and the guy kissed.
As a vending machine get a season 2 is just a class. Low B tier. Let me move some things around here. Next is
I'm pretty sure these two kissed. I could be tripping, but I'm pretty sure these two kissed. And that's peak. They'll call anything peak nowadays.
Just a great A tier anime. Next is One Piece Fan Letter. I think I could rate this one separately just because it's kind of like a standalone little story side plot. Just a fantastic 25-minute episode. I think I'm gonna give it S tier. I can't lie. That episode was electric. One Punch Man was pretty good. One of the first animes I ever watched. I think it's just a high B tier anime. We'll put it here. Just a really fun watch. Actually, anyone could pick up One Punch Man and enjoy it. What is that? Is that One Room? Wait, is that One Room? Okay, yeah. So this anime is One Room, and I guarantee you 99% of you have never even heard of One Room. The only reason I know One Room is because I have a huge background in Osu, and one of the openings for One Room is a huge Osu song that has 100 million plays on Osu. It's just a super popular Osu song. So me and John Porler watched this anime 5 years ago, and we actually watched it on My Anime List. So here's the My Anime List. You used to be able to see episodes, only premium, but you used to be able to watch this for free, and we watched this show on My Anime List, and this show is complete ass. I can't lie. Yeah, that is a D tier anime. Orange, probably the most mid romance anime I've ever seen. That is definitely a C tier anime. I did not like that show at all. Solo Leveling, very controversial anime.
Oh god, Solo Leveling. When I tell you this, when I fucking tell you that this anime got hated on for so fucking much shit, it's crazy, man. It is crazy. It is fucking crazy, man. People do not like that anime, man. I think it's just mid.
I don't want to give it an S tier just because this show has actually like very little story elements besides Sung Jin-woo ore farming, and that's the only character that gets any character development, and he barely does. I would feel bad giving this an S tier. I think it's a high A tier anime. It's kind of like in the same boat as JJK and Demon Slayer.
I feel like people only watch Solo Leveling because they don't care about the story. They just care about, you know, like you just said, ore farming and, you know, all this other stuff. And it's just like, that's crazy. That's actually fucking crazy because it's like, story gotta matter, you know? Story gotta matter. It's just people that have short attention spans for, like, you know, when it comes to like animes like Frieren. People don't want to watch Frieren because, you know, it's boring and all this other. I had to sit through 28 episodes. I had to sit through 28 episodes of that shit. It was boring. It's a good anime. Don't get me wrong. Got good fight scenes. The comedy is good. Characters is whatever. It's just a little boring. It's just a little boring.
Just kind of entertaining shonen with not like that deep of a narrative, but it's a fun watch, so I'll give it A tier. Next is Chivalry of the Failed Knight. Now this is pretty much just like a High School DxD clone, just a little bit worse. It's kind of like a different environment, so I'll put it right next to High School DxD at C tier. Nothing crazy went on with that show. ReZero. Now I love ReZero. I don't remember exactly what episode it is, but that episode where Puff turns into that monster might be one of the best anime episodes I've ever seen. Just an absolute classic. I think I have to give ReZero an S tier. Like, I really like ReZero. I think that's Pet Girl Sakura Soa. Just another like fun romance anime that I watched a while ago.
Sakura Soa? Is that Sakura Soru? Why do I care? I don't even watch this shit. Why do I care?
I remember really liking it when I watched it. If I watched it now, I probably would still like it. I don't know. I'll give it like a high B tier, I'll say. Ooh, okay, next is Bunny Girl Senpai. I was recommended this show like 6 years ago. I didn't think the show was that great. I think if I rewatched it now, I might like it a lot more, but I didn't think it was anything crazy. I only watched season 1. I haven't seen any of the movies, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. So I think I have to give it a B tier. Your Lie in April. This is gonna piss off some people. I don't like Your Lie in April. I'm sorry. I said it. I am sorry. I genuinely tried so many times to get into the show. I don't know what it was.
There's Food Wars. There's Food Wars. There is Testament of Sister New Devil. Still no Dragon Ball. God damn.
I just couldn't get into it. I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna give it a C tier. I'm sorry. I genuinely apologize. It's gonna piss off a lot of people. Maybe I'll rewatch it now, but I don't know. I tried many times to get into it. I didn't like it. Attack on Titan. There's not much to say about Attack on Titan besides it's an absolute masterpiece. I would say it's number 3 on my top 3 anime just because One Piece.
Okay, I agree with that.
In my opinion, Naruto is really good. Not better
no, it's not.
story-wise, but
I agree with that though.
It's just my second favorite. And Attack on Titan number 3. Next is I think that's Sister New Devil. What's that called again? I think this next one is Testament of the Sister New Devil. Pretty much just another High School DxD clone that I watched like 6-7 years ago. I remember it being better than Chivalry of the Failed Knights, but not better than High School DxD.
Yeah, Testament of Sister New Devil is fan service. Yeah, it's yeah.
So next is Food Wars. I love Food Wars. I watched all the way up to season 4, I believe, and then season 5 got pretty boring. It had like a weird plot. I can't remember what it was. It was something that threw me off with it. But I really like Food Wars. I think it's a low A tier for sure.
Of course you do. Yep. You love hearing them moans when the food is so damn good, huh? You love hearing grown people moan into the mic when the food is so damn good, huh? You like that shit. You like that shit, huh? Freaky ass nigga. Yo, saying want to queue up for rank or nah? It's the last day, right? Yeah, no, we can I think we can queue up tomorrow. It's like the last day, and plus I gotta start with the commentary video. We can queue up tomorrow though. We can queue up tomorrow. It's the last day, and I'm not trying to like lose my Diamond 2 rank.
Darling, I think if you're above the age of like 18 and you're watching My Just a Darling, it's just kind of weird. Can't bring myself to watch season 2. It just makes me uncomfortable. I have to give this a B.
Yeah, My Dress Up Darling sucks. It's not like one of those type of fan service anime, but you know, the pretty visuals and shit like that is the only good thing about it. I think the story barely has any correlation whatsoever. I know it's like a fucking romance anime. It's just about a guy just like making all these costumes for like old girl and stuff. It's basically like a love letter for like. It's basically like a love letter to like the cosplayers and shit like that. So I'm pretty sure the cosplayers would love that shit. I don't. Spy X has a big ass fall off. I agree.
Spy Family.
I still love the anime, but it does have a big fall off.
I also think it's just kind of like average anime. I don't know. I didn't really see much
Go
of
fuck yourself.
those of Sword Art Online are not a masterpiece, but like a 9 out of 10. Really entertaining, a really good story. I love the first half of Sword Art, and then we lost the plot. Season 2, absolute dumpster fire. And then the whole Alicization arc, I really liked actually. So Sword Art Online as a whole,
Sword Art Online killed 7 Deadly Sins. Sword Art Online killed 7 Deadly Sins, bro. It killed the fuck out of 7 Deadly Sins. Jesus. Bro, it killed 7 Deadly Sins. I'm not even gonna cap.
I think I'm gonna give it like a high.
I hate Sword Art Online just because of the. It like there's like other things I don't like about Sword Art Online, but the fact that it killed 7 Deadly Sins, that shit kind of pissed me off, man. That shit kind of pissed me off.
A tier. I really like Sword Art. Next is, what is that? That's Rising of the Shield Hero.
I hate this anime. I could not finish season 1. This anime is the reason why I stopped watching anime for like what, 2-3 years or some shit, or 4, maybe longer. This anime got me into hating anime, bro. This anime got me into hating anime. When I tell you the story completely flipped the switch, it completely flipped the fucking switch. Motherfucker got framed for something he didn't do. And instead of, you know, having this big moment of just killing off the bitch, motherfucker talk about some, I'm gonna just give you a nickname. I'm gonna just give you a... That shit pissed me off, man. I was just like, yo, just kill the bitch already. Please, just kill the bitch. That shit pissed me off, man.
This, in my opinion, is just like Isekai slop. I did not really like this show. I think I'm gonna give it a C tier.
And he gives it a C tier, of course.
With You, I think Weathering with You is a worse version of Your Name, but it was a very good movie, so I think I'm gonna give it like high B tier. Next is I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Also, in my opinion,
I could not get into this anime. It's stupid as fuck. It's a really stupid anime. I don't know.
Other Isekai slop. Next is To Love Ru.
To Love Ru. No. Just no.
Interesting. I don't think I can say too much about To Love Ru, but if you watch To Love Ru, we all know why we're watching To Love Ru. High C tier. That's all I'll say. Tokyo Ghoul. Season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul is just high B tier. Everything after that is just kind of like, they really sold, unfortunately. They should have just adapted the manga 1-to-1. But we are reading the entire show all together. So I think I'll give it like a B tier. Tokyo Revengers. I think Tokyo Revengers is actually really good. Season 1 I really like. I haven't seen anything past.
Yeah, you like the main character not being able to fight, huh? That's crazy.
That, so this is what I'm grading, is just season 1. I think it's A tier. I really like Tokyo Revengers. Toradora, another just like fun romance. I remember I really liked it when I watched it. Probably holds up pretty well now. What is that? Is that Vivi? I believe that's Vivi. I don't remember anything about that show. Don't think I can even grade that. I don't think it'd be fair. I can't lie. Witchcraft Works. This is also another show that none of you probably heard of. It was just kind of like a random show that I wanted to watch for some reason. Yeah, just another like just C tier anime. Nothing crazy. Next is Snafu. I think this is like high quality romance right here. I can't lie. Definitely some A tier anime. I would say it's a little bit worse than Golden Time.
I I do kind of like that anime, but the thing is, it's kind of boring. That's why I stopped. I couldn't get into it. It was kind of boring.
But still a great romance anime. Promise Neverlands. I want to give season 1 of this show an S tier so bad, but season 2 absolutely destroys it by so much. I think I have to give it like bottom of A tier. Next is Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, I believe it's called. I remember this show being pretty entertaining. I think I
Oh yeah, when the guy just kisses the other guys, you know, BL. Yeah, the women will love that shit.
watched this because of another Osu song. I C tier, I guess. Oh my god. So the next anime is Yasuga no Sora. I genuinely can't say a thing about this show. If you've watched it, you know. I'm just gonna put it right about there. Classroom of the Elites. Also just another fantastic show. I'm gonna give this A tier. On the main
S,
character,
bitch. S, fuck you.
so much aura. That guy's the go. Aino Koji, one of the smartest anime characters. Next is Twin Star Exodus. Now, I loved this show up until
I remember watching that shit though. Could not remember a fucking thing about it.
I believe it was episode 25, and then something happened in the story that absolutely pissed me off. But for the most part, I thought it was really good. I think I'm just gonna give it like a high B tier. Next is, I think this is like, what's this called? It's The World God Only Knows. I don't remember a single thing about this show. I don't feel like I could rate it. I'm just gonna delete that one. Next is Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail is interesting.
I unfortunately gonna have to watch that shit. I've been shitting on fairy tales for like the longest fucking time without even watching the anime. I gotta actually watch the anime for give it like an actual fucking rating, because it's like you can't just shit on something that you don't watch, right? So like I gotta give it a shot. So here's my shit. Here's my anime watch. I gotta watch Yu Yu Hakusho, Fullmetal Alchemist. What else? Gotta finish Black Clover. There's Fairy Tales. Which one I forgot? Which other shows did I forget? I forget the which one? It was some other shit. I don't know.
It has a lot of potential, but there are so many shortcomings, it just weighs it down violently. I don't think it's A tier, but I would say it's high B. Fairy Tail is just like a decent show. Okay, now we're getting into the manga. So this is all the mangas that I've pretty much finished. I haven't.
So these are just manga. This is not anime. It's manga. What the fuck? I'm rating his shit F. Possibly the worst fucking tier list I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm rating his shit an F tier. Probably the worst I've ever seen. I'm not gonna hold you. Not a lick of Dragon Ball in that shit, which, you know, makes me sad, but you know, it's fine. Next week I'm posting a track list. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I also got the suck dick. I got the Ultimate Rapper tier list with all the names and shit. Greatest of all time, the worst of all time. I feel like I gotta do some rappers tier list. I don't think y'all like. I know like some of y'all listens to rap, but yeah. All right, back to this shit. All right, we're gonna watch one more and then, yeah.
Today I am doing something that no sane human would ever dare to do, and that is ranking a bunch of anime on a tier list. Now, if there's one thing to know about anime fans is that they are insane, okay? You don't say that their favorite anime is just the greatest form of fiction, alright? The peak of all human creation. Well, that just earns you a one-way ticket directly into the shadow realm where you're banished forever. So I hope you guys keep me in your...
Hey, I'm just doing this shit for fun. I'm doing this shit for fun. I don't give a fuck.
thoughts and prayers for even attempting this by liking the video and subscribing with notifications, and let's just jump right into it. First anime that we have on the list is Bleach, all right? One of the original big three, one of the monster trios. Admittedly though, it is probably the weakest out of the big three. Saying that probably has already pissed off many of my viewers.
Naruto is the weakest of the big three. I will die on that fucking hill.
But I'm sorry to tell you the truth. It is just an objective fact, all right? I will say a couple of great things about Bleach, though. Probably has the greatest character designs out of the big three, right? Probably some of the coolest villains, like Aizen, for example. He probably has the most aura in all of anime. And also, Bleach invented the Bunkai
Forgot about fucking Piccolo.
power system, which many of your favorite anime, Jujutsu Kaisen, just completely ripped off of, all right? No hate to JJK, I love it, but Bleach is kind of the OG in that sense. But yeah, if I had to compare main characters, though, out of the big three among Luffy, Naruto, and Ichigo, I would have to say Ichigo is probably third on the tier. Overall, a generational anime, all right? Definitely cemented its legacy in anime history forever. I think everybody's looking forward to the fourth part of the 1,000-year Blood War coming up real soon. This is an easy A tier for me, guys. Not quite S yet. Not quite. Don't care.
I agree. I agree, but I don't agree with the fact that Ichigo is the weakest out of the big three. Naruto is. I mean, say what you want about Luffy, Naruto is the weakest.
Cancel me, all right? Please. This is just my personal opinion. I'm begging you.
This motherfucker chased after Sasuke throughout the majority of the Shippuden arc. And that nigga Naruto screams at every given situation in the OG. But Ichigo is weak? I mean, he got some depressing moments, but it's like... Yeah, he doesn't scream at every single fucking thing that comes to mind. Naruto does that shit. Damn.
I need to feed my family. I need the YouTube channel to keep going. Second, we have Blue Lock. Not to be confused with Blue Lock Rivals in Roblox, which is probably more popular at this point than the actual Blue Lock itself, but definitely the most popular current generation of sports anime out there. I can't think of anything else that's as popular as Blue Lock. Season 1 was absolute peak. And speaking of Ichigo Kurosaki, we also have Ichigo somehow make an appearance in Blue Lock. Like, you cannot tell me this dude, Kunigami, is not Ichigo, bro. They look exactly the same. And speaking of ripping things off, I mean, Blue Lock is also very well known for just taking anime character designs from other shows and incorporating it into their own. I mean,
Really?
look, there's whole lists made about this. Isagi is literally just Kirito from Sword Art Online. Chigiri is Kenshin from Rurouni Kenshin. And then Nagi is N from Death Note. I would even argue Nagi kind of looks like a Killua also. We got Bachira as, what is this? Kazutora from Tokyo Revengers. I've never seen this, I'll be honest. I don't see too big of a resemblance here. Actually, you know what? Yeah, they do look kind of similar. Kunigami is Ichigo. Gurimu is Akane from Attack on Titan, which we'll get to later on in this list. Raichi is Bakugo from My Hero Academia. Oh my god, they're literally identical, bro. I have never actually watched Steins Gate. Once again, please do not cancel me.
Oh.
Can't make this comparison. Baru is Leorio from Hunter x Hunter. Dude, how did I not see this before? Honestly, kind of a stretch. All right, come on, bro. That's just not... they're just both purple. I don't see any other resemblance there. Regardless, this is a great anime. Brought a lot of emotions out of me, all right? And I'm not even a huge football fan. Season 2 story with a Blue Lock versus the under 20 match was epic, except I will say the animation in Season 2 kind of fell off a little bit. They were showing us literal slideshows instead of animations. And for that, I will say overall, Blue Lock probably earns a spot in the... Ooh. Is any anime really in the C or D tier, guys? I'm gonna have to say C tier, bro, just to save some more room to separation between the, you know, the B and the A's and the C's and the D's.
So it's just to save room, not the fact that you dislike it.
You get what I'm saying. Next up, we have Chainsaw Man. This anime has absolutely taken the world by a storm with its most recent movie, the Reize arc. I will say, I watched the movie and it was peak. I have seen the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 1 movie as well. Both of them came out like pretty close to each other. The Chainsaw Man movie was better, okay? I'm probably saying so many things that will
I haven't seen the movie yet, so thank you.
get me canceled in this video, but I don't care. Chainsaw Man's the ending fight between Denji and Reize was just My mind was blown the entire time watching it. Look, the Chainsaw Man movie Reze arc is literally ranked number 2 all time on the top anime list. All right, I'm not making this up. It's that good. The music choice, the colors, the animation, the sound effects, everything about it was just insane. Season 1, I will say though, didn't impress me that much. It was a good anime, but the story was just, there was no story pretty much. It was just about a dude named Denji who got some devil powers. Nobody can explain why, and all he wants to do in his entire life is touch some. That's it. And then the girl
Damn right.
vomited into his mouth. That made me vomit into my own mouth. Slow.
Oh yeah, I seen that. That was disgusting. Oh my god. I will say though that the animation is perfection, bro. The animation was literally perfection. I'm not gonna hold you. And I like the character dynamics between each other. I really love the character dynamics.
Star
yeah,
epic
that shit
movie.
was
Let's go
fucking
ahead and put Chainsaw Man into C tier. I don't think we're giving any anime a D today, guys. And these anime on the list, I'm looking at them now, are all way too good. Next up, Death Note. All right, probably everybody's introduction to anime, maybe next to Dragon Ball. Most people who I know who don't watch anime at all still have watched Death Note. It's short and sweet. I think there's only about like what 50 something episodes. Oh, dude, the Death Note only had 37 episodes. Yeah, so
Yep, that's gonna be on my next list. That's gonna be the next. That's gonna be next. Okay, thank God, because I don't wanna. Because 100 episodes of Death Note about some nigga just writing people's name and they die is just. Yeah, no, I could not do it. I could not do it. $37. Yeah, this the one that's gonna be next. This one's gonna be next.
it wasn't very difficult for a lot of people to get into compared to One Piece. And the story was just absolutely genius. I think everybody who is not even an anime fan can appreciate it, with just L and Light just playing mind games with each other, trying to one-up one another. I will still stand by the fact that I think L figured out Light was Kira the first in. I think it was dragged on way too long. You know, spoilers alert, cover your ears if you haven't. I think, objectively speaking, nah, I can't. This is so hard for me, guys. This is so hard for me to say Death Note is a B, but compared to... It's an A. Death Note is an A. Okay, I'm sorry for even having considered that it would have been a B, but it's an A. All right, up next, we have one of the most popular anime in the entire world right now. Everybody and their grandma is talking about it. Demon Slayer. Especially with the release of the recent movie in Infinity Castle, which I completely just trashed on when I was comparing it with the Chainsaw Man movie. Objectively, Infinity Castle Part 1 was still a very, very good movie. Now, some would say that a lot of the backstory that was in between the fights kind of took people out of it. It doesn't take anything away from it, just how beautiful.
Say that again?
A lot of the backstory that was in between the fights kind of took people out of it.
That's Naruto. That right there is Naruto. Y'all said that was peak. Naruto did the exact same shit, and you said it was peak. Be for real here.
It doesn't take anything away from it, just how beautiful it is. I don't think there's any argument that could be made that Demon Slayer, made by Ufotable, which has unlimited budgets when it comes to animation, has the greatest animation in the history of all anime. All right, a lot of anime opinions are subjective, you know, to personal preference, but I think it's
wow. Just play the video.
Pretty much an actual fact that Demon Slayer is the best animated series out there. Story incredibly mid. I have read the entire manga, and I would say the anime.
I agree with him. I agree with him. The story is mid. Okay.
Absolutely carries it. All right. Now, do I want to be one of those douchebags that talk about how, you know, the Demon Slayer is not very deep, there's not a lot of story to it? Or do I just want to, you know, dwell on the fact of how hype in the animation and cool this whole show is? I think I'm gonna go with the second option. Demon Slayer, A tier. Easy A tier for me, bro. From my boy Dodona Man Rengoku to Tengen versus Upper Six to Tanjiro and Gyu versus Akaza, every single fight in the anime has just brought me to the edge of my seat, and I cannot in good conscience give it anything below A tier. Now, next up, we have an anime that not many people have heard of. It's called Doraemon. This is a super old anime. I'm Unk, so I know of it. I grew up watching it. Okay, I will admit. I want y'all to comment down below if you know what Doraemon is. If you do, you're an absolute real one. Okay, basically, it's about a story of a futuristic robot cat from the year like 2100 and something that can just pull really cool gadgets out of his pockets, and then he just kind of goes on goofy, wacky adventures with his group of silly friends. And every single episode kind of gives you like a life story, you know, teaching kids about certain meanings in life, and it's overall just very good. A huge part of my childhood. Okay, but I have to be be a little bit more objective here. In terms of comparing it to every other anime on this entire list, it is not the best, okay? I enjoyed it when I was 10 years old. Could I go back and watch it now? Probably, but it wouldn't be as enjoyable for me. This thing's been around since 1969, bro. That is almost
Jesus.
as old as me. Yeah, we'll put Doraemon into the B tier. I think that's a safe spot. If I was just going off my own personal, completely biased opinion, I would put Doraemon directly into God tier. S tier doesn't even, it can't contain how good it is. And the same can be said about the next anime, Dragon Ball Z. We'll just go ahead and say the entire Dragon Ball series, all right? If it was completely my own personal biased
Wait. And the entire... No, you gotta...
opinion, Dragon Ball might even go to a tier beyond God, all right? Above Doraemon. It would be
Oh!
Super Saiyan 1000 tier.
I like that answer!
That's the stuff I used to Google when I was a kid, when I heard rumors of Super Saiyan 10,000. Bro, I remember seeing a picture of this Super Saiyan 10,000 Goku, and my 10-year-old mind was completely blown. It just looks like a bunch of spaghetti on my screen. I don't think there's a debate that a Dragon Ball has inspired an entire new generation of anime, you know, including Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, and everything you can name. All of the creators of these shows says that Dragon Ball has taken some part in inspiring them, okay? For that fact alone, Dragon Ball should deserve a spot in the S tier. On top of the fact that, I mean, coming out from so long ago, still kind of being peak with Dragon Ball Super, I will say Dragon Ball Z is still the best. It has the most iconic anime character of all time, which is Goku. Has some of the greatest villains ever created. I will reference Dragon Ball Z, you know, Frieza, Cell, Boo. Those were my favorite villains in
Boo is a fucking menace, especially Kid Boo. That nigga went to heaven just to throw some hands, bro. Canon event to look up Super Saiyan 1000.
anime. But let's just admit the story just didn't really make much sense, all right? Every time somebody would get stronger, there would be a new form of Super Saiyan, a new power-up, and it's just like, it was super inconsistent. A bazillion plot holes. Goku will die and come back a couple episodes later every single time. If I
So does Bleach.
had to be super critical, those are the things I would say, but Dragon Ball's perfect, I don't care. S tier, don't at me. First,
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I'm telling you, Saiyan Saga, Frieza Saga, Cell Saga, peak. And the way the way they go about with Super Saiyan is just great. Although the Majin Buu saga just kind of fell off a little bit. You know, I do like the introduction of the fusion and shit like that, but yeah, Super Saiyan 3 just only looks cool, but yeah, it has like a very huge energy drain, you know, shit going on, and yeah, the fact that Majin Buu can do the Kamehameha doesn't make any sense to me, but still peak.
S tier entrance, guys. That is incredible. And this next anime gets pretty close to S tier, I will say. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, okay, to be very clear, not the other one, probably had the most perfect storyline and the most perfect ending of all anime. Like, for something as epic as it was, the way that it ended, I don't think could have been done any better. I don't think there's one bad thing anybody could say about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, except for this creep right here. This month. I will forever hold a grudge against him for the rest of my life. For those of you who know, you just know, alright? For those of you who don't, I hope you never find out. Watching this guy ruined my entire life. And that's without an ounce of exaggeration. But yeah, I think we could pretty much agree Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, it's gotta go in the S tier, man. If you guys can have one solid criticism for this anime, I would love to hear it. That's as close to perfection as possible. I think the fact that Frieren and Chainsaw Man movie are ranking above Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood on this list is just an absolute criminal. But still, being in the top 3, I mean, how does that not earn itself in the S tier? Now you can say, well, why isn't Chainsaw Man in the S tier? It's one movie, okay? It's not the whole show. I bet you Chainsaw Man is not even in the top 50. Where is Chainsaw Man? Yep, I don't see it anywhere else in the top 50. So there you go, suck it. Okay, next up we got Haikyuu. Not a big fan of volleyball, but I think everybody pretty much agrees that it is the best sports anime of all time. I personally disagree. There is another sports anime that I like a lot better than Haikyuu, but not much bad can
If it's Keijo, I'm clicking off.
be said about Haikyuu either, man. Just an absolute emotional roller coaster. Volleyball Legends, one of the coolest games on Roblox. I hate to keep digressing here. Let's go ahead and put Haikyuu also into the A tier. Man, this A tier is getting really, really long, guys. Hunter x Hunter, all right? The only anime that you could probably make an argument for that is grander and a bigger adventure than One Piece. The world building is absolutely insane. The power system is probably one of the most perfect power systems in all of anime. And when we talk about, you know, other anime taking inspiration, you can't tell me that the Solo Leveling Jeju Island Raid is not just a direct ripoff of Hunter x Hunter's Chimera Ant arc, okay? Whenever popular anime steals from other popular anime, you know they're good, you know they're peak. Also, Killua, probably the second greatest side character in anime history.
He's top 5. He's top 5 for sure. He's top 5, but second is a bit of a stretch. He's top 5 for sure.
I will say who is number 1 pretty soon. But yeah, let's go ahead and put Hunter directly into the S tier. All right, now we got Jujutsu Kaisen, dude. Probably the most overhyped anime of all time. Let's just be real
Yes, I agree.
with each other. I love Jujutsu Kaisen, but the love that it gets is just not deserved, especially Gojo. People ignore how convoluted and nonsensical the story of Jujutsu Kaisen is.
Thank you. Oh, I've been fucking saying that shit, bro. I've been fucking saying that shit. They tried to be so fucking deep. They tried to be fucking complicated, bro. Bro, they tried it, bro. It's so overhyped. I agree.
By its beautiful animation, made by the slaves over there at MAPPA Studios, who are not allowed to go home and see their families ever. But the animation is so perfect. Okay, I agree with you guys. I will say my favorite animated fight in that entire show was probably Todo and Yuji versus Hanami. That was just so good, dude. I think Todo is probably my favorite character as well. That guy is just hilarious. Steals the—
Wait, Todo? Isn't that the guy that beats up Megami for his preference of women? Yep. Hey, what's your preference in women? Oh, you know, I just like a little bit of personality, all this other stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. Wait, what? I mean, that's y'all's favorite character. I mean, if your preference of women is just, oh yeah, this and that, he's gonna beat your ass. If it's not big tits or fat asses or shit like that, it's just, yeah, he's gonna whoop your ass. Best character, by the way.
scene every time. But like I said,
By the way, Gojo is best character.
heavily inspired by Bleach, right?
Wait, no, not Gojo. Shit, Sukuna.
Story is also not very deep. It's just like there's curses, there's
They're trying to be deep. They're trying to be deep.
sorcerers, we gotta fight the curses. Nobody, apparently all the civilians, they never care about curses just surrounding them. A lot of things goes unexplained, especially when you get to the manga, which we're not gonna take into consideration for this tier list. But the way the manga ended was just horrible. But I mean, again, I cannot in good conscience give this anything below an A tier. All right, after
You say it was overhyped. You talk about overhype and you put it at 8. Come on.
criticizing it over and over again, it's still good. It's still amazing. Just because I have criticism for something, guys, don't mean that I don't also love that thing. Okay, nothing is perfect except for One Piece. Next up, we got JoJo's
Well, there you go, Jade.
Bizarre Adventure. Let's just take all the parts into consideration. I'll be honest, I've only watched up to part 4. I did hear part 5, which is Golden Wind. It gets really, really good. I haven't seen it yet. But from everything I've seen up till now, part 4, which is Diamond is Unbreakable, it is amazing, okay? It is not as good. It is also another anime that is completely overglazed and overhyped. People love the hilarious JoJo poses, right? But it is far from the perfect
The JoJo poses has to be the corniest fucking thing known to man. They just did a lot of this. And did a lot of this. And did a lot of this. Corny.
form of fiction many of the diehard JoJo fans make it out to be. And I know I'm angering a lot of people. I'm probably putting myself in danger for saying that, especially with how slow part 1 was, bro. Like, it took me probably 5 different tries to finish part 1, which is very necessary to continue the other parts. Like, you just can't skip part 1. So, insanely difficult anime to get into, but once you get into it, yes, it is pretty good. Let's not overhype it, though. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, B tier for me. Is that a JoJo reference that I just made? B tier? Probably, right? Everything in the world is a JoJo reference. And that's why, you know, if we're talking about in popular meme culture, JoJo's would definitely be S tier, all right? But just looking at the anime itself, no, just no. Okay, up next, we got Kuroko's Basketball. Another one of my favorite anime just because...
You see what I mean? This nigga just slaps a fucking basketball to that nigga. What the fuck? My man just pimp slapped the fuck out of that shit. No, no, y'all got it, bro.
I'm a diehard basketball sports anime. Let's put it better than Kuroko's Basketball. Next up, Naruto, straight into the D tier. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Fuck, you got me smiling for a little bit. You got me smiling for a little bit, bro. You fucked. You
I'm
fucked
a One Piece fan, all right? I was born to be a Naruto hater, but objectively speaking, obviously Naruto is great. Out of the big three, it is definitely the second best, and just for that reason alone, it should be at least in the A tier, right? I didn't like the side characters very much. I love Naruto, but Sasuke was just so annoying, and not to mention Sakura, bro. I can't stand her.
But it's A tier though. You said all this shit, but it's A tier.
Right. Now, I will say though, the anime, let's just all agree, is not very good simply because of the fact that it is 95% filler, 1% canon, okay? 4% of, I don't know, man, just opening and ending sequences because, bro, the amount of fillers in that anime should be illegal. The animation
Facts.
studio should be jailed for this act of heinous crime. Because of that, as popular as Naruto is and as great of a story it told us, the anime just took us completely out of it, all right? Let's go ahead and put that into the A tier. This is not in any order, right? We'll just put it here. Oh, guys, you already know how I feel about One Piece, okay? It has completely changed my life. When I said in the intro, you know, every anime fan gets lost for 500 episodes and it would be better than Naruto and Bleach. Manga, perfect, and on it. I don't even know where. The story's just that good. I don't care if trash pacing. Now, speaking of trash, here comes One Punch Man. And I'm only saying trash because of season 3, obviously, guys. Season 1
Yeah,
was...
season 3 was garbage. They fucked it up, bro. They fucked it up.
probably an S tier. The animation between sides
Fine.
of that, as changed my life. When I said in the intro, you know, every anime fan's favorite anime they consider the greatest form of fiction. Well, I consider One Piece the greatest form of fiction, the greatest story ever told, the greatest journey and adventure that it takes you on. All right, better than the Odyssey, better than the Iliad, better than everything that you have ever seen in your entire life. The way the creator Oda planned out the story from 30 years ago all the way till now, you know, the connections between the characters across a span of decades, the thousands of characters that are in the anime, and it's still getting better. I know the whole joke about how One Piece Season 1 has finally ended after nearly like 30 years of airing, and Season 2 will start again next April. They're moving to a seasonal format now, I think, to make the animation better and keep the pacing better, because I will say that is the major criticism for One Piece, is the animation across many of the 1,000 episodes were complete total dog, and the pacing was horrible. But on the topic of having a greater side character than Killua, you gotta give it to Zoro, alright? The best right-hand man. He could have his own anime where he just gets lost for 500 episodes, and it would be better than Naruto and Bleach.
No,
Manga,
could've put
perfect. Anime, as much as it pains me to say this, not so great, okay? But it still deserves a spot in the A tier, let's be honest. Again, guys,
It's an A tier! Oh my god! Yes! It's an A tier, pussy! Yeah, talking all that shit. Yeah, you wanted to hear it, right? You wanted to hear it, right? Guess what anime is above it?
it's a purely anime tier list. If it was in the manga tier list, then I don't even know where it would be, dude. Nah, I take it back. It's still S. It's
Motherfucker!
still S. It's that good, bro. The story's just that good. I don't care if trash pacing. Now, speaking of trash, here comes One Punch Man. And I'm only saying trash because of season 3, obviously, guys. Season 1 was probably an S tier. The animation between Saitama and Boros, was his name Boros? I think it was Boros. One of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life at that point. I think it came out like freaking 14 years ago, all right? I didn't know anime could get that good. I think One Punch Man set the trend. Season 2 took a slight dip, you know, in terms of animation quality, and it took them 7 years after season 2 to release season 3, and the animation was dog, bro. The famous meme going around of Garu sliding down that grass field, just a JPEG image just being dragged down the grass field. There was a lot of, you know, theory that a whole bunch of this was animated by AI. You had characters like having extra fingers.
Why you praying on One Piece downfall? It's over fucking rated. Y'all overrate the fuck out of it.
We're having, you know, just weird stuff that an actual animator would never make the mistake of doing. So based on its current trajectory, One Punch Man is looking pretty mid. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it into the B tier though, just because of how good seasons 1 and 2 were. This one, a lot of anime fans might not know of. It's called Samurai Champloo. Okay, one of the best anime I've ever
Samurai Champloo, he watches that shit? Okay.
Seen growing up. Also very short and sweet. It's got like a mix of samurai, traditional samurai fights, and modern day hip hop. Very cool. And fun fact, the most popular character in the anime, Mugen, shares the same voice actor as our boy Zoro. So you already know the voice sounds sick as hell. But a lot of you guys might not know about it, and just overall, it's not like the greatest anime ever. I'll throw Samurai Champloo into the series.
No, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. Nah, C tier? Man, okay. God damn it. At least you put Naruto below Dragon Ball. I'll give him that.
Tier, relatively speaking, okay? Because in my opinion, these are all like A and S tier anime, but I just want to differentiate them a little bit. I feel like the whole reason I had the D tier created was just to make that one joke about Naruto, which probably handed me a couple of unsubs. Up next, we have Slam Dunk. Now, this, I will argue, is probably the best sports anime of all time. The emotional roller coaster that this anime puts you through. I know it's very old, okay? A lot of you guys probably don't even know what it is, but I would encourage every single one of you guys to go and watch it. It's not just about sports. It's not fast-paced basketball action. It teaches you very important lessons in life, right? About hard work, about friendship, about dedication. I'm throwing out random words out there, but you get what I'm trying to say. Slam Dunk, along with One Piece, completely reshaped my life, and just on a completely objective note, is one of the greatest anime ever made. The main criticism I can give is that they never finished it. They never finished it until like 20 years later with the first Slam Dunk movie, which is also one of the greatest things I have ever seen. I feel like I've said that many times in this video. I gotta give Slam Dunk an A tier, bro. Next up, Solo Leveling. Arise. The modern day greatest aura farmer of all time, all right? Our boy Sun Jin Woo. The whole thing about, going through dungeons and fighting a bunch of ants, I think we know where we've seen that before, but that's neither here or there. Solo Leveling is so good. I can't get enough of Solo Leveling, man. Jinwoo is one of the...
Oh, God. If Snake was still here, bro, he would probably disagree. If Snake was still here, he would dis-fucking-agree.
Most bad characters ever, all right? Dude is just way too freaking strong for the entire show. I don't know if he's ever gonna meet any level of competition. The animation is absolute peak, all right? And it's about Korea, which I love. So, yeah, A tier. Okay, next up, we got another old but gold Yu Yu Hakusho. Made by the same creator of Hunter x Hunter, so you already know it's insanely good. Fair warning, it is very old though, so for our younger, new generation of anime watchers, it might be difficult for you to get into.
And it has no fillers, too. All that anime with no fillers? Come on.
But once you do get into it, boy, is it rewarding. Yu Yu Hakusho, I will say, probably has the greatest tournament arc in anime history. Better than Dressrosa in One Piece. Better than the Tenkaichi Budokai in Dragon Ball. The greatest tournament. So I highly recommend it. And my boy Kuwabara, one of the funniest anime characters of all time. Compared to every other anime on this list, though, I think it's fair to put it into the B tier. Up next, we have Attack on Titan. The anime that took the entire world by a storm. The anime that absolutely shattered...
I want you to clip that One Piece clip and put it on TikTok. That shit was funny.
Records season after season. It kept getting better. Many people grew up watching, following it from over a decade ago until it recently ended. One of the most epic, biggest scale stories ever told. The plot twists, the emotional roller coasters, on top of the amazing animation, everything about it was just mwah, chef kisses. A lot of people say Attack on Titan is overglazed. I don't think it's glazed enough. I feel like we should glaze it even more.
Yeah, glaze it even more. That anime is so good.
This anime was so peak, it won a Global Impact Award. I don't think you guys understand, bro. It impacted the globe. And anime did that. Don't even try to argue with me that Attack on Titan is not at the top of the S tier in terms of anime, okay? I do not want to hear it. And as much as I probably angered a lot of you guys with this tier list, I just want to say that I apologize to absolutely nobody, because this is the most perfect anime tier list ever created. Let me know if you want to see.
No, it's not. No, it is not. First of all, One Piece. Come on, bro. You trolled me on that one. You trolled me. You got me. You trolled me on that one. Hunter x Hunter. Yeah. Man. So he puts no anime. So he puts no anime in D tier. Guess I gotta give it a C. Alright, that's enough anime tier list for now. You fucker. I'm sorry. That shit has way too many episodes. They should probably just end it. Holy shit. They should have probably just ended. Holy crap. I think I'll put it as C tier, actually. Let me go by order. Yeah, whatever.